Well, my ritual for now, and it looks like it's going to be for the foreseeable future, is take the kids to school. They get dropped off by 8, drive down to Starbucks, get my drink, sit in the parking lot, and go through emails and try and figure out how my day is going to look and what's going to happen. Now, the next 2 weeks is going to be pretty hectic. I'm on a super fluid schedule, even for me. And, we have Kentucky. Now we have Jug Week thrown into the mix starting next weekend, and they overlap. Sunday, I'm going to have to try and figure out a way to get from Delaware County Fairgrounds Sunday afternoon to Kentucky Sunday night. Obviously, I will in the car, and make Gaslight Hall's race. So, that's, I guess, a little, not concerning, but this is a time of year. Now, think of all that. We have all these stake races coming up over the next 2 weeks, and right smack dab in the middle of it is our biggest start to the sale season, which is Ohio. It is, I said to my wife, it is a little hectic right now. I can feel it, just a little heavier than usual, like a wet shirt. So I'm trying to navigate all that and put everything into proper order. As we head into today, I'm looking at the schedule for today and tomorrow. A ton of horses racing, and yesterday I tried my best to put the break by Arrowhead Hanover away. I did. It ate away at me and bothered me all night. I watched a football game with my wife, and I got a chance to sit down and finish the entire Ohio catalog. Now, this is my 4th time through it. First time is a quick pass. What do you like? What do you not like? Second time, kind of dog ear horses that I'd be interested in. Third time through is to look at all the ones that were dog-eared and say, okay, are these stable horses? And again, this is all preliminary. We haven't even seen these horses yet. And then obviously I finished that up with a much more drilled down approach on the horses that I have dog-eared and say, okay, of these horses, who's bred well enough, who has a nice video, who are the horses I'm seriously looking at? Now, my 3rd pass through had 90. My 4th pass through, which is going to be somewhat a hard list, and this year's going to be a little unique, and we'll talk about that as I get closer to the sale. But my last pass through netted me 46 horses to look at. Now, we have a number of clients coming to the Ohio sale this year, and I've asked them all to go through the sale catalog, much like I do. We're all going to go and look at the horses the day before, and from that, we're all going to sit down and talk about all our hard list. Now, my hard list of 45 will expand a bit if I see horses I like, and will obviously be decreased. And as I say that out loud, if I'm starting with 45, I suspect at the very most, there'll be 35 or 40 horses on my list after I'm done looking at them, which is very rare. It's usually higher. That 270 horse sale, I would say somewhere around 60 would be that number. So there's some sires and some horses I just pitched right away that I just didn't want to deal with. It's a unique sale, a little bit more unique, it feels like anyway, in the present than it has in the past. So that's a plan for the sale. Lots going on today. We have Flashfly making her return today. She's going to be a little bit short. Her qualifier was adequate. It was good. I expected her to race as well as she qualified, or a little bit better. La Doriane as the 9-hole tonight. So she will, our 9-hole this afternoon, but make no mistake, I'm still trying to formulate a way to win. It's not like we have the 8-hole in Yonkers, like someone else this week. So I think she still has a shot. She's still a factor. What are her odds? 6-1. I think she could trot in 57 if everything went her way. What are Flashfly's odds? 9-2. Okay. And then we have Drebin to round out the day. He's at 3-1. He's been racing tremendous. Now, obviously, I'll be watching Chicago Hall very closely at James McDonald driving. Where is this at? I thought it was Grand River Raceway. 4-1 from post 7. So that'll be interesting. And then we switch our Fire and Shine's in today. She is. Then we'll switch our gaze to Scioto. I'll be heading down to Scioto after Drebin's race to race Fire and Shine. Militant picked for first or second out of the 9-hole. That's interesting. Watch Your Mouth is racing tonight again. Lower odds. JK Victory, what's his odds today? 9-2. Brandon Bates. Seems like when he's in where he can win, Trace Dietrich drives him, and when he isn't, someone else does. So JK Victory's in tonight. Brace for Landing, I'm interested to race him. Yes, I know he raced Monday. I know, I'm well aware. Very interested to see how he races today in Scioto. Almost as much traveling for him as there has been for me this week. Rose Run Alexander races tonight, and Tactical Mounds is going to round out our Friday evening with a $30,000 race where she is picked to win, I believe, or 5-2 anyway. Now, Saturday is going to be equally as busy. I opted off Patrick the Piranha. I have the girls with me tomorrow. Ollie has to go back over for tryouts in Ontario for the Guelph Royals with Amy. So the girls are with me tomorrow. I had, on the sheet, I was just listed on Patrick the Piranha, and they were looking for drivers, but, when you're driving second and third over picks, the entire card, and Aaron and Ronnie were staying for most of the card. So you're looking at Anthony picked up, race 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and they're all pickovers. I'm just going to stay home with the kids today. Addie and I are going Addie and I are going to go out and do something. Ava has one of her friends coming over anyway. So that'll be my Saturday. But our Saturday is very busy. Resolve Indeed races that evening at Sarnia. Save America is in the open. What are his odds? I'm very curious. Resolve Indeed is 8-1. I don't know why that would be. Save America 4-1 in the open. Brett Miller took him, so that's interesting. Bruno, what is Bruno's odds? 7-2 at Flamborough Downs is racing now. 7-2 at Flamborough. George of the Jungle is also in 2-1 at Flamborough. That's good. Brett's driving him. Jason Ryan driving Talk About Bruno. Princess Dream is in at Sarnia also. Now, we have Gypsy Hill. A number of people asking me, why is Gypsy Hill in the open? What are we doing with Gypsy Hill? Well, it's very simple. We're trying to get the consolation to go. We'd like to be able to race Gypsy Hill in the Buckeye final with Irresistible Sun and the consolation for the Sire Stakes. Now, another valid question would be, well, why didn't we race Irresistible Sun in both? Well, my biggest concern was Irresistible Sun would somehow find himself in a position where he made the final and not the consolation. That would mean he would not be allowed to race in the Buckeye final. We ran into this with Sweet on Pete a couple of years ago. Just by points, we shaved to the wrong way, to the wrong side of the fence, and we were stuck in the $300,000 final instead of the Buckeye final, which he would have pounded that year. So always walking that fine line. I just did not want to repeat what took place that year. So we opted to simply leave Irresistible Sun out. Not to mention his white count was high last week, so we were going a little bit easier with him this week. So Gypsy Hill made his way into the Sire Stakes race. Theoretically, 6th place would net us $3,000, or 5th would be a check. They must be racing for 100, right? They are racing for 100. So 5th would be 5, 6th would be 3, 4th puts us in the final. Now in his case, we're race the final, 8 horses on the gate right here at Northfield Park. Do I want to race Tennessee Tom and Spazzano here? Probably not, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. So we'll just let the chips fall where they may. As of right now, there's a chance that there'll be a consolation that'll go for 100, which would be good and favorable to Gypsy Hill also. So tonight, more or less, get what you can get and see where the chips may fall when it comes to Gypsy Hill. Victory Blue Chip races tonight. Again, I hope he continues this trend of horses we bought back that won their next start. Lonely Lakewood was a winner on Wednesday with that very same thing that happened, and hopefully Victory Blue Chip can do the same. Love and Affection races tonight, and then we're going to round out our evening on Saturday evening. Sorry, that was Saturday evening. We're going to round out our Saturday evening with Rock Shining Star, 10-1 from the rail, but not a very good mile he's coming in with from Ontario. But this is, I would remind everybody that this is the horse that I won the Open at the Meadows with 4 starts back. Sunday, we only have 2 starters, and they're both in Philadelphia. As I told you, I'm going to take the day and take my family to the Cleveland Browns and the Cowboys game. Country Dancing is such a tough division. This filly has been very, very good of late. A narrow loss, finishing second in her last start. Yet, she opens up at 20-1 from the rail. in the Stallion Series. So that's how tough that division is this year. But make no mistake, she's definitely a contender. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if she paced 52. Now, if they go and pace 51, so be it. There's just a killer. There's just an entire division of killers in the 2-year-old division. Fine, that's fine. Casanova Hall is the one I'm watching. We did list David Miller. For those of you saying, Anthony, why I can't go and drive him. I promised my family I would go to the Browns game. I did what I could do, which was get Casanova Hall qualified. I thought he was very, very comfortable in his qualifier. Now, my brother Mark McDonald, will drive Casanova Hall, and he's coming off a finals win with one of Ray Schnicker's horses. So, Casanova Hall, coming in as good as we can have him. I'm optimistic. He is 9-2 morning line, a clean line, and a good race, and a favorable spot off the car. And I think he can easily win the Buckeye final, or Stallion Series final. So those are Saturday, Monday. It all starts to heat up again, and for an entire week of insanity. Tenacious Hanover memory and imagination. Time is on my side. All horses are coming in sharp as a tack, all ready to go. There's no gimmies here, though. These are all tough races. All gas, no brakes, and Yo Mister also races on Monday. So that's what's coming up right now. That's what went on this morning, what's going on this afternoon. As you can see, I'm still a little subdued over yesterday. Obviously, I had high expectations going into that race, but there's not much we can do about that. You do have to turn the page, and I can assure you 5, 10, 11 horses racing in one day is a good way to do that. So good luck to all my partners today. I'll be off to the Meadows in a little while. As I said, I do appreciate everybody jumping in and buying those shares. It does make things much more easy for me and allows me to do my job a little bit better. So thank you for that again. With that, I'm going to let you go. I have 2 horses to train. Yes, old Chappie is finally starting to come forward. He's been in 236, which is a big jump for him. He's learning to be a trotter now. So happy with him. We have about 4, 5, 6 horses to train. I have 2 on my dance card. I'm going to go get to them right now. So have a wonderful rest of your day. The weather is beautiful. It's supposed to be beautiful all day long. Both rain showers here and there, but I'm supposed to miss them, hopefully. And I will talk to you all very soon. Take care.